Hello friends, in this video tutorial, we will learn how to implement date range data filter in Laravel framework using Ajax. Date range search means filter data comes between two date. This type of tutorial, we have already learned in PHP script with Ajax, but now we seen how can we make in Laravel framework. There are many viewers has requested us to publish video tutorial on date range search in Laravel framework using Ajax, so here we have published this video tutorial. Now, let's start discussing this topic. This is our testing database, in which we have one post table, in which we have store post published data with published data. We will filter post data, which has come between two date. This is our Laravel working folder. Here first we want to make database connection, so we have go to config folder, and under this we have open database.php. Under this file, we have to define MySQL database connection property like host set to localhost, database name set to testing, username set to root, and password set to blank. Now, we have open.env file, and here also we have defined MySQL database connection property like host set to localhost, database name set to testing, username set to root, and password set to blank. Here we have already make date range controller under app/http/controllers folder. So we have opened this controller file, and here we have write use statement with database. It is used for do database operations in our Laravel application. Under this first, we have write function index. This function has been called, if we have directly called base URL/date range in browser, then this method has been called. Under this method, we have write return statement, with view method. Under this we have write date range view file, which has been stored under resources/view folder. This method will load this date range file in browser. Now we have go to daterange.blade.php file, which has been stored under resources folder/view folder. In this file, we have already loaded jQuery library, Bootstrap library, and Bootstrap date picker library. Under this page, first we have defined span tag ID is equal to total records. Under this tag, we will display total number of records, which has been loaded in table. After this, we have write input type is equal to text, name and ID is equal to from date, and here we have add read only attribute for this text box for only read only mode. From this text box, we can select from date. Below this, we have write input type is equal to text, name, and ID is equal to date, and here also we have add read only attribute. Here user can select to date. Now, for filter data according from date and to date, here we have write button type is equal to button, name and ID is equal to filter. By click on this button, data will be filter according from date and to date. After filter of data, For display all data again, here we have defined second button with name and ID is equal to refresh. By click on this button, user can view all data in table. Now we have create one table with 3 table column like post title, post description, and publish date. Here in table body tag we will load data using Ajax Request with Jquery. Below table, we have write Laravel expression with CSRF field function. This function required if we have use post data request in Laravel for cross-site request forgery. Now we have moved to write Jquery code, so here we have write date variable is equal to new date object. It will make JavaScript date. Below this, we have write $ with class input date range, with date picker method. This method will initialize Bootstrap date picker plugin. Under this class we have defined from and to date text box. Under this date picker method, we have write today button set to linked. This option will link from date with to date. For define date format, here we have write format option with date format. This option will help to set date format. After this we have write auto close option set to true. This option will automatically close date picker pop-up after selecting of date. Below this method, we have write underscore token variable is equal to $ with input tag with name is equal to underscore token. With value method, this code will fetch value of hidden input field name underscore, and store under this underscore token variable. This hidden field will be generated by above CSRF field method, and this hidden field value must be sent at the time of send of data using post method. Now we have make fetch data function with 2 argument like from date variable is equal blank and to date is equal to blank. This function will display post table data on web page. Under this function, we have write Ajax Request. Under this we have write first option URL set to Laravel expression with root method. Under this method we have write date range controller.fetch data. Here it will send request to fetch data method of date range controller. In second option we have write method set to post. Here it will use post method for send data to server. In third option, we have write data. In this option we can define which data we want send to server, so here we have send from date to date and underscore token variable value has been sent to server. In fourth option, we have write data type option set to JSON. Here we have set data which has been received from server must be in JSON format. Lastly, we have write success callback function. This function will be called if request completed successfully. It will receive data in JSON format. Under this function, we have write output variable is equal to blank value. Under this variable, it will store post data in HTML format. Below this, we have write $ with span tag with ID total records, with text method. Under this we have write data.length. It will display number of records. has been received from server. Now, we have write, for loop, with condition like, count variable is equal to 0, count variable value less than data.length, count variable increment by 1, on every increment, it will convert data in HTML format, and store under output variable. Under this loop, we have write output variable, and in variable we have append HTML code like, open table row tag. After this, we have write, output variable, and under this we have append HTML code like, open table data tag, with data variable with count index.post title, it will display post title data under this table column. Below this, again we have write output variable, and in this variable, we have append HTML code like, open table data tag, with data variable with count index.post description, it will display post description data under this tag. Same way, for display date details, here we have write output variable, under this variable, we have append HTML code like, open table data tag, with data variable, with count index with date, it will print date data under this tag. So, this way we have store, post table data in HTML format in output variable. Now we have write dollar with table body tag, with HTML method, and under this we have write output variable, it will display data under table. Now we have go to, date range controller, and here we have create function fetch data, with $request variable, this function will receive Ajax request. Under this method, we have write if statement, and under condition we have write $request variable with Ajax method. If this method has received Ajax request, then it will execute if block of code. Under this block, we have write if statement, and under condition, we have write $request with from date variable value is not equal to blank, and $request with to date variable value is not equal to blank. If this condition true, that means date range data filter request has been received. Under this block, we have to write code for filter data which has been come between, from date and to date. Under this block, we have write $data variable is equal to, database class, with table method, and under this we have write post, it will make query like, select star from post table. After this we have write, where between method, with two argument, in first argument we have write, date table column, and in second argument we have write, array with two data like, $request variable with from date, and $request with to date variable. This method will add between clause in where condition of, select query, and it will make query like select star from post table, where date between, from date and to date. For execute query, we have write get method, this method will execute query, and return query execute data, which has been stored under $data variable. But suppose above condition false, then it will execute else block of code, and here we have write, $data variable is equal to database object with table method, and under this we have write post table, it will make select query. After this, we have add order by clause method, and under this we have add to object like date table column, and descending order. This method will add order by clause in select query. Lastly, for execute query, we have add get method. This method will execute query, and return query execution data, which has been stored under $data variable. After getting data, which has been stored under $data variable, now we want to send to Ajax Request, so here we have write echo statement, with JSON encode method with $data variable, it send data to Ajax Request in JSON format. Now we have go to daterange.blade.php file, and here we have called fetch data method, so when page has been load, then this function has been called, and it will display data in table. After this, we want to set root for index and fetch data method of date range controller. For this we have go to roots folder, and open web.php file. Here we have write root class with get method with 2 argument. In first argument we have write /daterange, and in second argument we have write date range controller at the rate index. So, in browser, when we have type base URL /daterange, then it will called index method of date range controller. After this, we have again write root class, with post method with 2 argument. In first argument, we have write /daterange /fetch data, and in second argument we have write date range controller at the rate fetch data. So, in browser, when we have type base URL /daterange /fetch data, then it will called fetch data method of date range controller. Here we have add name method for Ajax Request. Under this method, we have write date range.fetch data, so this way, we can set root. Now we have check output in browser. Friends, here we have type Laravel application base URL /daterange, then on web page, we can see post table data in table format has been loaded. Here we can see, there is total 100 records. Here we can see selection of from date and to date, with filter button, and for load all data, here we can see refresh button also. When we have click on from date text box, then date picker has been pop up, so here we have select from date. Same way, we have click on to date, so we have click on to date, so here date picker plugin has been working. For filter data according to from date and to date, we have go to daterange.blade.php file, and here we have write $with button ID, filter with click event, so when we have click on filter button, this block of code will execute. Under this block, we have write from date variable is equal to $with text box ID from date with value method. It will fetch data from text box and store under from date variable. Below this, we have write to date variable is equal to $with text box ID to date with value method, it will fetch data from to date text box and store under to date variable. Now, we have write if statement, and under condition we have write, from date variable value is not equal to blank, and to date variable value is not equal to blank. If both variable has some value, then it will execute if block of code. Under this block, we have called fetch data function, with two argument like from date variable, and to date variable. This function will load date range filter data on web page without refresh of page. Same way, for load all data, here we have write $with button ID refresh, with click event, so when we have click on refresh button, then this block of code will execute. Under this block, we have write, with text box ID from date, with value method, with blank value, it will clear value of from date text box. Below this, we have write, with text box ID to date, with value method, with blank value, it will clear value of to date text box. After this, we have called fetch data function with no argument, so this time, this function will load all on web page without refresh of web page. Now friends, we have first refresh of web page. After refresh of page, we can see all post data on web page. Now we want to check date range filter has been working or not, so here we have select 15 February in from date, and 16 February into date. Now we have click on filter button. After click on filter button, we can see only those post data which has been come between selected from date and to date. That means here our date range filter has been working. Now we want to display all data, so we have directly click on refresh button. After click on refresh button, it has load all data on web in table format, without refresh of web page. Date range filter of data is required feature in any web application. If you have any large amount of data, from that data you want to filter data according to date, that means data come between two date. By using this feature you can solve problem, and user can easily filter data. So, this way we can make date range filter of MySQL data in Laravel application using Ajax with Jquery. If you have any query or input regarding this video tutorial, please comment your query or input in comment box, or if you like this video tutorial please share with your friends, or even you can also share on social media also. If you want to get more update regarding our video tutorial, please subscribe our YouTube channel for get more update regarding release of future video. Lastly, keep watching our YouTube channel. Thanks for watching this video tutorial.